we go. Hey everybody, my name is Jackie Jensen and I am a leader with Tranont. I am super excited to be doing this training tonight with one of my very best friends, Jordy Brockey. I'll introduce her in just a second, but I came over here from another company, which I was at for 7 years. Came over here a few months ago because I saw a compensation plan that I literally couldn't walk away from. It was keeping me up at night. Honestly, I was so excited about it and it was just crazy. So the reason I'm giving you a little bit of my backstory is I want you to know kind of where Jordy and I have come from and just our history and just what the things that have worked for us. Now, I'm not going to tell you that this specific thing is for everyone. Okay. This works a lot of the time. It is just another strategy when it comes to launching your new associates. Anyway, we came over here 5 months ago and we both came in and hit Sapphire in 3 weeks in our first month. We have made over 5 figures every month since. And part of it is because of the secrets that we're going to share with you tonight. Now, they're not really secrets. Jordy and I are open books, but we're going to give you everything that we know that has worked for us and our teams. And so sometimes it works best to do a launch party with people. Now, these are the associates that come on your team and they're like, yes, we want to run hard. We want to do all the things. We want to be successful. And it's just a great strategy. Now, something that I have found is that it works really well to do quickly when someone joins. So we all know the statistics. When someone joins, you have about 48 hours to get them a good win before they lose some of their, let's say, fire. Okay. So something that I like to do is we like to do these launch parties right away when someone joins, even if they don't have a product experience. Now, for a while, I used to think, oh, let's wait until they get their products. Well, by then, I mean, I'm just going to be real with you guys. By then, sometimes they're like, okay, never mind. This isn't for me. If it's been a week or 10 days, have you guys drop in the chat? Have you ever had that experience before where someone's been like, after 10 days, they're like, by the time they get their product, they're like, never mind. I moved on to the next thing. Like we all have. So this is something that I like to do in the first 48 hours. And then from here, and we'll talk about this at the end again. From here, we're going to talk about how to transition them to the Zooms, to do private Zooms, to do things like that. Again, I want to reiterate, this is not going to be for everyone. These are for people on your team that join, that really want to run. Okay. So I'm about ready to introduce you to somebody that is incredible. Her name is Jordy. I have known Jordy for probably over 10 years now, which is crazy. We did our last network marketing company together for the entire 7 years. She was my very first recruit. I have seen her grow so much. She's one of the fastest growing leaders, one of the best leaders in this entire industry. If you follow her on social media, you know that she is a social media icon. And when I say that, I do not say that lightly. She is incredible. She's amazing. And the nuggets that she's going to share with you tonight, like you guys, for you to be on this Zoom with her tonight is like absolutely incredible. So without further ado, Jordy is going to go over how we do the launch parties, kind of the nuts and bolts of it. And then I'm going to do a screen share on my phone to show you, to kind of go along with her. One of the things that she's going to talk about is an app called Boards. Now, if you don't know what Boards is, go back in any of our team pages, search for Boards. We don't have time tonight to do a whole training on Boards. So go back into your team pages after this, search for Boards. You're going to find lots of trainings about that. But that is kind of a prerequisite to what we're about to talk about, is to know Boards. So anyway, take it away, Jordy.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much. I am so thrilled and so excited to be here tonight, to be talking to you guys about launch parties. This is truly something that I feel like is a strategy that is mind-blowing, just because you're able to connect to your new recruits, almost immediately, which is seriously so exciting. So as Jackie was saying, I'm going to talk a lot about Boards, which is an app that Jackie and I used in our previous company and then kind of brought it over to this with us. And it has just revolutionized everything that we have done. So again, this isn't going to be for everyone. This is just, consider it like another tool in your toolbox to use in order to launch your new your new people. So anyways, I am actually going to bring up boards on my phone. You're not going to be able to see it super well, but basically in a very, like in a nutshell, what boards is an app that allows you to be able to have access to your leaders' wording, pictures, links, videos, anything like that. So that way, whenever you're launching a new person, you don't have to search through your phone. You don't have to search through messages to find all the pictures. You can send them instant pictures of like the comp plan, the wording for anything. Honestly, you can have an entire board. Consider it like a folder. Okay, like a folder that you have access to that you can send them anything that you put in that board. Okay, so for me personally, I have my own personal board that is just me is on there because I have other businesses besides just Tranont. And then we have the Wave Makers board, which has access to, these are all folders. So you can see there's like recruiting, there's product picks, there's support contact info. If I have someone message me and they're like, hey, what's the number to support? I click that button, it immediately sends them the support contact information. I have comp plan info. I have video for clients. So this is just in a nutshell, this is a really great tool because it gets you instant access to the wording that your leaders are using. So all that to say, we have an entire board filled with launch party. We have all of the wording that we use for every single person when we go to launch this person or launch a new associate. So if Bree allows us, we'll just post the link to this particular board in the legacy in her team page. So it's very, very simple. But again, I'm so sorry. We don't have time to cover boards just because that is just kind of like its own training, essentially. But there's tons of like tutorials on YouTube and etc. And your leaders will also have access to boards and they will be able to answer your questions. So just go to like your direct, like Ruby or Sapphire if you have questions about that. But basically, to set up a launch party, it is so important to be able to capture their fire and their excitement within about 48 hours of them joining. So truthfully, the moment someone joins my team, I get them on a phone call immediately because let me tell you, there's nothing more exciting and life-changing than being able to call up someone after they've spent anywhere between $400 to $1,000 and immediately call them. I just use like Facebook audio and basically scream to them like how excited I am that they've joined my team. And then I kind of lay out a plan of like, okay, this is what's happening. I'm so excited. You're so excited. Like, let's channel our excitement together and let's get you launched immediately. And what this does is one, it hypes them up. Okay. They feel so excited. They feel so validated that the fact that you reached out to them personally and they're able to kind of channel your excitement into the fact that they are feeling super excited as well. So my goal is actually to get someone to do their launch party about 48 hours after they join. So if they join on a Friday or if they join on a Wednesday, I'm doing their launch party for them on Thursday or on Friday night. If they're joining on Monday, I'm trying to do their launch party Wednesday night. So within about 48 hours, because what that will do is that will allow them, one, to be super excited, and two, that will allow them to be able to have enough time to reach their contacts. Okay. So we have all of the wording for this, and we actually do launch parties in a Facebook group. And the reason that we decided to use a Facebook group is because after their launch party is done and after they've put all of their contacts into this group, then they use this said group to use it as more of a like a client group. So they post, they would continue to post deals and sales and the Tranont monthly specials. They'll post about the collagen, etc. And now this is a place where all of their contacts are now in one place, which is so important.
And they can always do it on their wall as well. But the good thing about a group is that you can schedule it. And Jordy and I give our team who are running for 10 and 3s every month, we give them 7 posts to schedule every night, or not just Jordy and I, but we have a couple other leaders too. We give them posts to schedule for the week, and then they can use those on their regular wall too. So we're not negating regular wall. We definitely want that as well.
Yeah, so true. So for me personally, I see that for every avenue that you post, consider that a potential sale. So whether that be in like your Facebook group, that's a potential sale right there that this person is going to see that might not see on your Instagram. Your Facebook stories, that's another potential sale. That Facebook stories, just the way the algorithm works, your Facebook stories pushes it out to different people than the people who are on your actual wall. An actual Facebook post on your wall is different than stories, etc. Instagram, you have a whole different clientele on Instagram. Like for instance, I have 30,000 followers on Instagram, and I have like 16,000 on Facebook, and those people are completely separate. There's like a couple people that interact that, you know, but the people that I'm trying to reach on Instagram, they probably don't even follow me on Facebook, because for Instagram, for instance, I'm known for my hair. Like on Facebook, I'm known more for like Tranont and direct sales. So each avenue that you're posting in, consider that a different sale. Okay. So when you're doing a post in your Facebook group, I would do the same exact post on your Facebook wall, post it to your stories, add a little bit of music to it, and then post on your Instagram and change it up a little bit. Use that one piece of content to reach 5 or 6 different avenues, and you're just going to expand that. So that is amazing. Okay. So within 48 hours, we ask our people to set up their launch party, and Jackie's going to kind of screen share this just to show basically what it is. Now, I personally want my recruits to be as invested in their business as I am. Okay. So I actually have my own personal recruit. So let's just say her name is Sally. Or excuse me, let's just name her name is Sally. I want Sally to actually set up her own client group, okay, her own launch party group, because I want her to be able to know exactly what to do when it comes to launching her new associate. Because my goal for getting someone to launch their own their launch party, my goal is to do everything that I can to try and get them a 10 and 3 off of their launch party. Now that's like best case scenario. And truthfully, I have had that happen where I've done a launch party for someone. It was very successful. She got 10 sales, she got 3 new recruits, and she got her 10 and 3 from that launch party. Best case scenario, that is my goal. So we all know how to create a group. It's not too difficult. We just have them put in the name. I usually do, you know, the name Health and Wellness Launch, or if you want to make it super juicy, sometimes I'll do like Jordy's time to spill the tea party, and we just kind of focus it all around like, what am I doing now? And then we make sure that that is just a private group, so that way you can control who you want to be able to see. Now with this is really cool, because now they can go in and they have full access to who they want to invite. So as you can see, Jackie's adding me to this group, and they have full access to their friends. Okay. And it makes it super easy. They can just go in and click invite. Okay. Now, next up is it asks for the cover photo. We actually have a cover photo idea that you can use in boards under launch parties. Okay. It's under setting up your group. And then when it asks for the describe your group, we have a description info as well that you can use to copy and paste. As you can see it right there, she's going to click on launch party, setting up your group, and then description info. It is so cool. It literally will use all of our wording for that. Okay. So now with that being done, the description and on the group is starting to set up. Now with the group being set up, this is now when it is imperative for your new associate to understand that this is only going to work if they get their people in there. Okay. Statistically, for them to hit Jade, they need to have about 30 new interactions in order for them to hit Jade that month. That is just the statistics that Tranont has come out. So with that being said, when we learned that, we made it so that way they needed a minimum of 30 people in their group. We encourage them to shoot for 50, and if they get more than that, then we're super excited. But we really try to get a minimum of 30 people, because you need about 30 people exposures for those people to turn into whether or not they are going to be purchasing, etc. So messaging at that point is then super important, and we have the invitation set up. We're going to message Kylie. You're going to get a message from us, but this is basically the invitation wording to message. This is what they're going to send to every person on their Facebook. Okay. It's going to be super easy. And then they'll be able to just be able to edit it from there. So this makes it honestly so easy. Okay. You can see the fact that on Kylie's message, where it says insert date and time, you'll be able to just edit that. Okay. During this entire time, I know it might seem a little confusing and a lot for an associate, but it really isn't that hard because the invitation, the wording and all of that can be found on boards. Okay.
And also people want a task to do right away.
Yes.
Like they want something to do. And when they're sitting and waiting for their product to arrive, you want to be the one to talk to their network. You do not want them to be responsible to talk to their network because they're going to say the wrong thing. And then their network is going to say, oh, that's just an MLM. Oh, that's stupid. I can't believe you fell for that. Blah, 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 blah. No, you want them busy doing this and not saying the wrong thing to all their network.
Yes, so true. And one thing I actually really want to reiterate is I think sometimes so many people focus on what a win looks like in network marketing. A win sometimes looks like getting like a 10 and 3, or win looks like promoting to Jade, or a win can sometimes look like, getting a sale. When you are a brand new recruit, we don't even talk about those wins. Okay. Those are wins that are not even existent when it comes to launching your brand new recruit. Your recruit needs to have wins immediately in order to feel like they're bringing value to their new business. They need to have a win to build their confidence so that they can have another win, so they can have another win. So eventually that will lead to a monetary win. Okay. So we consider wins to be setting up your launch party. Congratulations, girlfriend. You've just set up your launch party. Like that is a huge freaking deal. Another win is getting 30 people in your group, messaging 30 people, getting 30 yeses, and having them get 30 people. Like, congratulations, girlfriend. That's 30 people in your group. Like, that's freaking exciting. Or getting people into the ripple effect or the health, wealth, and that other group. Like getting people into those groups, 5 to 10 people, that's another win. That is so exciting as well. So we don't even care about the monetary wins. Of course, we celebrate those, but those are not the wins that we're necessarily focused on, because those are usually going to come later on. But you have to set that groundwork and the foundation for like a new associate win, and that's going to be starting the launch party. Okay, you have to do the work before, ahead of time. So what's really cool about to using the boards is once they've sent out the message like, hey, would you be interested in doing a launch party, etc., blah blah blah. If they say yes, then you say, great, I will add you. Would you be interested in watching a 6-minute video that includes what I do now? Now, this is really, really cool, because if they say yes to that, then we send over the 6-minute overview that covers the 4 impact products and it covers the business opportunity. So if you are getting 30 people into your group, 30 people will have watched the business overview before the launch party has even started. Okay. They've gotten a good little grasp of what their friend is now doing, and they know exactly what the 4 impact products are. They know the cool thing about a Jeep program, and they're able to see the fact right away that we have 50% commission off of sales. Like that's incredible. So being able to have your new associate essentially send the business overview to 30 to 50 people within their 48 hours, that is going to create massive momentum. Now, again, I want to reiterate, this doesn't work for everyone. Okay. Our launch parties have a good success rate, but some launch parties just bomb. They do. Sometimes an associate, this will be like their 8th network marketing company, and their thing is burnt out. Or sometimes they just don't want to put in the work to message the people, etc. There's a lot of different things that goes into a successful launch party, and you do have to have the right formulation. But when it is successful, it is freaking successful. Like I said, I've gotten someone's a 10 and 3 off of a launch party, and for someone to promote to Jade and get a 10 and 3 within 48 hours of joining was monumental for them. That is so exciting, because now they're working on a maybe double, maybe even triple promotion, etc. And those 3 people that we've signed up, now we have 3 more launch parties to do within 48 hours, and the cycle just continues. So that is just the invitation to wording. Now, for actual group posts, we have all of the posts that you would set up for the launch party. And I do have my new associate do this as well, just because this is super important for them to be able to understand how to do their own posts, but also how to schedule your own posts in the group. Okay. So I'm going to have Jackie actually go ahead and schedule one of the posts. But one of the very first posts that we do is actually to encourage them to get into the ripple effect. So that first post is one of my favorite posts because it shows that we're backed by thousands of people. And then it shows that, if they have something in particular that they're dealing with, you are going to be able to tag them in the comments with a testimony of how someone else was able to take care of that. So that is a super exciting way as well. Okay, so now for scheduling. Scheduling is going to be like absolutely key because we have about 30 posts. We have about 30 posts that cover the 4 impact products we have. We literally have the pictures and everything attached to that, and they need to go out. These launch parties are about 30 minutes long, typically in the evening, and these posts need to be posted about every 2 to 3 minutes in order to fit into that like 35-minute time span. So this is where Facebook publishing or scheduling comes into handy. So you can see that she is scheduling this post to happen on Monday night at 8 p.m. Okay, then she's going to go to post 2 and find the next one, and she's going to post it. She's going to schedule it. I'm sorry. So that way it goes at 8:02. The next one's going to go at 8:04. The next one's going to go at 8:06.
And a few of these first ones are like warming up. Really, it's not until post number,
I think it's
like 2 is post morning, 1 hour before launch, half hour before launch. So post 5 is actually the first one at time of party. Now, guys, these are just what we've used. We were new when we came out with these. There's probably better posts out there. Again, we'll give you access to our board, but you can use whatever you want. We've just found a few posts beforehand and then a big burst of posts for 30 minutes. And then going live right after is the best option, but do whatever you want.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, the best part about launch parties, you really get to customize it to you. You get to customize it to your team. Sometimes I'll throw a launch party and I will know the associate that I'm throwing it for. They may struggle with something more in particular, or they'll message me and be like, I've used the glow, so I've joined. I love the collagen. So I might add in a couple more collagen posts just for her particular one because she's been talking about it a lot. So you really just get to customize that to fit you. Now, when it comes to scheduling a post, if you just follow these directions, honestly, where it says like post 1 hour before, half hour before, etc., then you'll be able to schedule your own posts very easily. Now, at the very end of our launch party, we actually go live, and this is going to be maybe a little bit confusing, so I will try to describe it in the best way that I possibly can. But most of the time when people are joining, they don't always have a product experience. But you know what is like mind-blowing is for someone to be able to see live the pudding demo. Okay, if you guys have seen the pudding demo, which I'm sure we all have, drop it down below in the comments what you thought. Okay, I want to know your first impression the first time you saw those enzymes dropped into the pudding, stirred around, and then poured into chocolate milk consistency. Okay, I want to know. Drop it down below in the comments, because I guarantee you it, for me, when I saw it, I was just like, no way. What the heck? It was crazy. It was what sold. It was one of the things that I was just like, okay, yes, I need this. My husband needs this. Like, everyone in my life needs this. And I saw it on a video. So with a video, there's a chance it could be edited. You never know. When someone's first joining the company and they don't know the heart behind anything, I'm seeing, yes, the demo drew me in. The demo is what sold me. I thought it was a magic trick. It clicked how it works. I was sold. You guys look at these comments. Okay. Do you want those comments to happen in your associate's launch party? Yes, you do. Okay. So this is what we do that I feel like is a key to this. Okay. We go live and we do the pudding demo with our associate. We do what's called a dual live. Now, in order to do the dual live, your associate must go live first. They have to click the live button on Facebook first, and then they have to invite you. Okay.
And something really important here is that we encourage them to go live on their real Facebook wall, not in the group. And then I have my computer on my lap and share it into the group. Now, a lot of people are going to be like, guys, you be like, listen, How
I'll do it.
successful do you want to be here? Because think about it. They have 300 Facebook friends. All 300 of them, whether they said they were going to be in the group or not, they're going to see this live and they're going to see the pudding. Even if they said they didn't want to be in the group, guess what? They're going to see it. So I don't usually give my people a choice. If they hem and haw, you know, it is their business. So whatever. But I'm just like, come on. Anyway, that's my 2 cents. Go ahead.
Yes. And honestly, when you say like, hey, look, I'm going to do like literally 98% of the work, then they're like, okay, you know, I'm
it's
very
like 10 minutes. It's not like this like super long.
So fast. And I am so comfortable in front of a live video. Most of the time I'm just like, literally just sit there. All you have to do is just sit there. Like all I need you to do is just press the live button. I will do everything else. It's not like I'm not requiring them to do the pudding demo. However, what I am requiring them to do is I am requiring them to sit there and understand what I'm doing, because I want to train up leaders. My goal is not to hold everyone's hand and work with associate down and do their live video. I need to train up leaders. And so my goal for my new associate is to learn to do what I do. So that way, when they have someone join, this new associate is doing their launch party and I'm helping with it. And then when they have someone join, this associate is doing their launch party and they're helping their new associate. My goal is to build leaders. So anyways, this is just so cool and so powerful, because as Jackie said, once you have them go live on their personal page, and then we always share it into their group. 1, it's hitting their Facebook wall, and then 2, it is hitting their group. So you have 2 potential sales. So you're doubling the sales, which is doubling the chance of sales, which is super important. And then if you want to triple it, then all you have to do is just share that live video into your stories, or have your mom share it. You know, that way it just kind of gets the word out there. Okay. Because I guarantee you, once you have 5 or 6 people on and you're talking about like, hey, do you have digestion issues? You know, anyone that has digestive issues, drop it down below in the comments and you get some people engaged. When they see that pudding demo, that's when they start asking questions. That's when they know it's legit. And that's when people get excited. Now that pudding demo does take about 2 to 3 minutes to, liquefy it. Like it takes a little bit to work its magic. And that is when I will ask my new associate to tell her friends and family why they decided to join. And I feel like this is really important, because ultimately, even though I'm very comfortable in a live video setting, her friends don't know me. They don't know who I am. I could just be like this like person with crazy hair who like, they don't necessarily like, maybe they don't like my vibe, or maybe they think I'm too young, etc. So they're not really going to listen to what I have to say, even though what I have to say is valid and what I have to say is really cool. But they are going to listen to what their friends say. And so what their friends say for that 2 minutes, like, oh, I had really bad anxiety and I saw that Jordy posted about the CBD. And so I decided to try it. And I have never felt better, or I had migraines. My migraines are gone, etc. Their friends are going to be like, oh, I have migraines. Oh, I have anxiety. Oh, I know how bad her anxiety was. If it helped her, maybe it could help me. So your friends, like your new associates' friends, are always going to be able to easily more imagine themselves in their friend spot than a stranger on the internet, which would be me, so that is really important. And then I just asked them to share, like, hey, for 2 to 3 minutes, could you just share why you decided to join Tranont? Maybe it's income, maybe it's because you tried the products, whatever it is. I don't really care what it is, but just speak for 2 minutes. Okay, that's all I'm asking. And then from there, I will usually close it up. Now, because I'm comfortable with live videos, I know that the way that the Facebook algorithm works is people are going to be reached so much better if there's likes and hearts and stuff going on. That's my job to know this. That's your job to know this if you're doing these live videos, okay? Your job is to know and understand how a Facebook algorithm works, so that way you can set your associate up for the best sort of success. So with these type of live videos, I'm asking for, if you have any sort of digestive issues, like give me some likes, give me some hearts. Like, I'm just super curious. And then I'll just go ahead and share my story. I don't have digestion issues, but you know who does? My husband does. And these products changed his life. But you know what I do have? I do have anxiety. Like, I have terrible anxiety. Like, if you would have asked me to do this a year ago, I would have laughed at you in the face. Did I take Soothe before this Zoom? Yes, I did. You know, and people can relate to that. So then I say, hey, if you have anxiety, comment down below with #me, you know, just get the comments going. So that way the Facebook algorithm can recognize that and say, hey, what she's having to say is valid enough that that people are responding. People are giving likes, they're giving hearts. And that way the Facebook algorithm sees that and it starts pushing it out to more of her friends. Okay. One of the other things that I like to do, this is not in boards, but sometimes I will have multiple people join at one time, or I'll have like 2 to 3 people join within a week. And so I will typically do their launch parties actually all in one night. I'll do one at 5, I'll do one at 6, and I'll do one at 7. Okay. So I'll have them scheduled. Now I will put those 3 new associates in a chat, just those 3, and just be like, okay, you guys have all launched on the same day. Let's support each other. And what's the coolest thing about this is, 1, they make new friends. 2, they don't feel like they're alone because they have 2 other people who are brand new, who are doing the same exact thing. They're freaking out together, all 3 of them, usually in the chat, that they all have to go live. And then what they do is I ask them to all comment on each other's live videos and launch party posts. So that way we get the comments going, we get engagement, etc. So that is just a really good way that, 1, you can build connection within your team. 2, you can get your new associates not feeling quite so overwhelmed and alone if you have a couple people who have joined all around the same time. And it doesn't even have to be personally sponsored. Like, if I had like Sally got a new recruit and then I got a new recruit and we were all doing launch parties, I would just do the same thing. So it would just be within the same amount of time. So so consider that launch party done, all the scheduled posts have been done. And then after this, after going live, then this is when the comments go in. We have a comment scheduled, or a post scheduled, that says, okay, we want to hear from you. What has intrigued you? What do you want more information on? Do you want more information on the CBD? Do you want more information on the Mojo, etc.? Comment down below what you want. Now, this is so important, you guys. This is so important. If you take nothing away but this, this is like one of the most important parts of what we're going to be talking about. When someone comments like, hey, I would actually like more information on the Enrich, or I want more information on the Mojo, at that point, your new associate needs to, this is non-negotiable. Your new associate needs to add the person who commented, themselves and you, to a 3-way chat and say, hey, Sally, thank you so much for your comment on the enzymes. I would absolutely love to give you more information. This is my upline who did the enzyme video, and she can give you all the details. What's so cool about this 3-way chat is you can help control the sale. Okay. Like, if we're here at this point and you're helping a new associate, you know how to close a little bit. Okay. Like, you literally got them to join, you close that sale. So you have more knowledge than they do at that point. Okay. So that is super important. 3-way chats, girlfriend, 3-way chats. You better schedule everything else away for the evening of a launch party, because your goal is to get as many 3-way chats going with their new people. Because Sally just joined 48 hours ago. Does she have all the information about Glow? No. Does she have all the information about CBD? No. Does she even have a PayPal set up to accept payment or anything like that? No. This is going to be so overwhelming for her. But you know what? You've been with the company for 4 or 5 months now. You know what Mojo does. You probably have a personal experience with collagen, and you'll be able to share that information. And what's so cool and vital about all of this is she's learning. She's learning from you, because you want to develop leaders. Okay. You want her to get an associate, and then help her associate with a launch party, and then have that new associate do a 3-way chat with her. Okay. You want to enable her to be able to do this. So what I found with this launch party that I recently did, it was successful. Okay. It was like the the goal launch party. She got 10 new customers. She got 3 new associates. She got her 10 and 3 within this launch party. And you know what I found out is about 6 customers in, she added me to a 3-way chat and she got 6 sales from me because I did those sales. And then the last 4 people, she did not add me to a 3-way chat with, and she got those sales. She learned what I did and then was able to use that. And you know what? Now she's teaching her team to do the exact same thing. You want to enable people to be able to use a duplicatable system so that these launch parties funnel down so that you're not doing a launch party for like 8 legs down. You know what I mean? You want to be able to make a duplicatable system. And the most important way to do a duplicatable system is to give everyone access to the same exact posts that you would be doing. So that's why boards is so cool. Now, the very last part of the launch party that we do is after they do the 3-way chats and etc. The very next day, we have like a post, for them. And then we have a message that they send out to everyone. And essentially the message is like, oh my God, thank you so much for joining my launch party. Your support means the world. What stood out to you the most? And even if they haven't commented anything, but they were still in that launch party, maybe they just didn't have time to comment, or maybe they, feel like they have to like answer their friend back. So at that point, they're going to message back and be like, I actually saw the collagen. I'm pretty interested in that. Like I have joint pain or whatever. At that point, then they can just be like, great, can I add you to a 3-way chat with my sponsor? And she can give you more information. Okay. So basically what you've done is you've gotten a new associate, and then within 48 hours, you've gotten access to her network. Okay. And then hopefully you get like a recruit from that maybe. And then you do the same exact thing and you get access to there. This is essentially a form of tap rooting in a way. So again, I want to preface this by saying we don't do this with every single person. Because some people truthfully don't want a launch party. Some people, they want to invite to a Zoom instead. Sometimes it really just depends on the type of personality of a person. For instance, Jackie, like she prefers Zoom calls. Like that's just her kind of like personality. She's way more apt to like get on a Zoom call. For me, I'm like, send me a 6-minute video so I can watch this. If I have to do a Zoom call, it's like I have to like schedule it in weeks in advance, because I have a busy life. So again, we don't do this for everyone. Consider this just another tool in your toolbox when it comes to launching your new associates strong. Okay. So anyways, Jackie, do you want me to cover anything else?
No, that's great. Thanks, Jordy. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So this is, like she said, this is just a tool in your toolbox. So then I want to go over messaging just a little bit more, because I feel like messaging for the associate is like super, super important. So if you see in this folder, it says text to send before and after on the left-hand side. Literally, if they don't message their people 15 minutes before, so I like to them to send it 15 minutes before the post start, not 15 minutes before they go live. And it's also super important that they comment on every post, because we all know Facebook algorithm, blah, 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 blah. So we have a thing that they send right before they go live. And then they need to link their Facebook group on there. If you can't figure that out, just Google it. And then also there's this message they can send to after the launch party, like Jordy said. I actually have them send this right after they go live, just because they're going to feel like they're defeated if they don't get any comments or any like messages right away. But this is a proactive way they can start going. And then you can link, like just push the share button on their live video and then push copy link. And then they can put that in there and it'll link to their live video, and they can mess that individually. So many people try to do group messages. I'm like, no. Individual message, every single person that was there. And then it'll just take them clicking on their live video and they'll watch the replay. Remember, most people watch replays. Okay. And so if they don't have a lot of people on, a lot of people will be like, oh, I only had like 1 or 2 people on or 5 people on. You're like, hello, we all watch the replays. And that was the important thing about putting it on your main wall. It's going to live there now. Like people are going to watch it forever. And then just encourage them, continue to post in the group, continue to post on your wall. And that's just their group now. From there, we do invite to Zooms. Okay. And that I usually do the first post, or I give it to them for the next team-wide Zoom. So our team specifically does it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So I would invite everybody to the next Zoom, or I would even give them the flyer and say, message this to everybody the next morning and be like, let's get them all on the Zoom tonight. Okay. So that's another option as well. So we're all trying to figure out how to launch New Associate Strong. I know these are questions Jordan and I have been asking, but one avenue is you just do a private Zoom launch for them. That might be a good fit for them. This might be a good fit for some people. And then I actually have somebody who I did a private Zoom launch for last week and who we're going to do this in addition to them for next week. It depends on what their goals are and for new associates. So anyway, I hope this was helpful for you. Again, we're going to give you access to our board. Yes, we will have the replay available. I know Bree gives the replay to everybody registered for convention. Okay, so thoughts for peeps that don't use Facebook, only Instagram. What do you think, Jordy?
Okay, so yes, I was hoping to answer this question. Okay, so as I was saying, my Instagram and Facebook are actually really separate. Like I have a little bit of crossover between some people who follow me because they know me through my previous company or whatever, but I really went popular on Instagram for my hair. Like a lot of Pixie accounts shared it, and that's just kind of how I grew my Instagram. And then I also partner and model with a couple companies as well, and that's grown my Instagram. So they're pretty dang separate. So it's actually kind of been interesting because what I do on Facebook doesn't necessarily transfer over to Instagram, because you have to understand that those are completely two different social media outlets, and people have different goals per each social media. Okay, so on Facebook, people want to be educated. Okay, on Facebook, people want to do like a launch party. They want to read the post. They want to maybe get invited to a Zoom, etc. On Instagram, people would want to shop. Instagram is actually becoming one of the largest retail shopping places on the internet right now, and that's actually where Instagram is pushing their influencers or people who are making it big on Instagram. It's because they've really utilized that shopping feature. Okay, swipe up, links, etc. So stories, freaking stories, and Instagram Reels is the way to make it with Instagram. Okay, educating your people, but keeping it really short and simple, being authentic on your Instagram stories, taking a shot of collagen on your Instagram stories, and then explaining why you're doing it.
And you can go live on Instagram, so you could just do all of the posts in their stories, and then you can go live. It could be the same thing.
Yes. The only thing that's bummer about the lives only lasts for 24 hours, which is so annoying to me.
No, you just save it and you can upload it as an.
Oh, that's true. That's true, to your IGTV and all that stuff. So yeah, stories, reels, all of that stuff. But just remember, when you're working on Instagram, have a different mindset than what you're working on Facebook. Facebook is to educate typically. That's why typically you see more of an older generation usually on Facebook, is because they're there for the political drama. They're there for the discussion. They're there for the family reunion. They're there because, they've had it for 14 years and they have pictures galore. They're there to be educated. Okay. It's their safe spot. Instagram is more for shopping. So make it so that people want to buy from you. Make that collagen post look beautiful. Make that, give them a problem and then give them the solution. Make it so that they want to shop from you on Instagram, because that's why people are there. And then on TikTok, I have 85,000 followers on TikTok. TikTok is a completely different avenue, which we could do a whole separate training on. But TikTok, people are there to be entertained. So you have 2 seconds to grab their attention, in order to grab them to tell them about the company that you're with. So completely different avenues. Facebook, educate; Instagram, shopping; TikTok, to be entertained. So you have to modify your content for each one.
Yes. All right, guys. Well, we're going to wrap this up. This has already gotten longer than it was supposed to be, but thank you guys so much. We will have the replay, and we will put the board's link in a legacy link, but thank you guys for showing up on a Sunday night for your business. We'll see you all at convention. Bye.